Welcome back, folks, to the Call of Cthulhu, with the investigators, having recently fled the United States to England. We shall introduce the investigators in no particular order.
Hello, I'm playing Violet Carter.
That would be E died. The other two are dead, apparently.
They are not here.
Man, I wanted to see if I could go last, but Roofer too strong. I play Jack Klyka, and I'm the most handsome in the group.
I'm Rufus, and I play Nathaniel Cockfoster, Sea Admiral in the Royal British Navy.
Should we try that again, this time with your actual character?
Hasse Åberg.
There we go.
Sweden.
Hasse Langstrom.
Åberg.
You will find that there is one person unfortunately missing this session, and that would be the Doctor. The Doctor, Daniel, is not present with us this time.
Hi, I'm Halloween, and I'm so British.
Is that why you're flashing "Nobody Cares" at the bottom right? Is this a brutal slam?
Yes, nobody cares.
No, his presence will be sadly missed, but we will press on regardless.
Found his way into old man's dry food storage, and now has violent shits.
No. When we last left the group, you had recently fled Boston on a transatlantic liner. And the Doctor shot and killed 2 people on the transatlantic liner who were cultists. And now you have reached the residence of, I believe his name was Charles?
Possibly.
We shall check.
Possible.
For that, I do believe was his name. Chester, that was his name. Pretty close. Charles Chester. Chester Bernade was his name. And you're currently spending your time at his residence.
Mm-hmm.
Which you had a map of.
Yeah.
I still have a map.
You still have a map of it.
I could show
Could
the map.
you slap that?
Could
you slap that shit up again?
So, pretty much you are left with the rest of your day to decide on anything you want to do in that day.
Do you have a link to the map again? I would.
The map is now on the stream.
Well, that would told me how.
So, does anybody else want to do anything in the rest of the day?
I'm going to cast my 2 spells in the magic room.
Okay, you're going to cast your 2 spells in the magic room.
All right.
Because it's time I found out what they did, and this room probably has.
It's time you found out what they did.
It's an appropriate venue because it's a magic room. Well, it's really a ritual room, but I feel like these are rituals.
So you're going to cast your spell in there.
Yeah, standing ritual and crouching ritual.
Crouching ritual. Okay, so which one are you going to try first?
Let's try the standing ritual.
The standing ritual.
Did we figure out who's actually present?
By the way, I've lent the gun in the corner of the room just purely because if something actually gets summoned, you know.
Anybody?
I'm gonna sit back and watch this as well. I'm gonna come and watch him.
Which is the room with the best light?
Dining room, I'd say.
Then Hasse he isn't in there. Then.
Right, so you're going to try the crouching ritual first. The standing ritual first. Okay.
I can always kneel down afterwards if I don't have any legs.
All right.
Standing ritual.
Standing and crouching ritual.
The ritual requires you make a small cut just under your collarbone.
Nice.
A prayer to be muttered in a strange language, and for you to close your eyes. Well done.
All right. I can do all 3 of those things.
Magic point cost varies. You have to sacrifice magic points to increase the percentage chance of the spell working.
Do I have any indication how many, or is it just like...
You don't have an indication, but tell me how many you're going to sacrifice to a minimum of 1.
How does the character know what he's going to use?
She doesn't. She
feeling.
Have you seen her library skill?
So you tell me how many magic points you're going to put to this. You have a maximum of 15. 5. Okay, so you're for the first time in the entire campaign, magic points actually go down on a character.
I know.
I lost magic.
Yeah, but
I did. I lost some shit.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, I did. First time here.
Okay, the first thing you need to do while you're doing this is that is anyone else in the room, by the way, while this is happening?
I am.
Please watching.
You lose 2 points of sanity doing this.
What,
To me or both of us?
Oh no, just you. Just the caster.
Just
Okay.
So
Just the
good.
caster, and
Rip my sanity.
you do this. You feel a tugging sensation, a sort of momentary feeling of loss and weakness, and nothing happens.
Worst spell ever.
Ah,
Wow.
Nothing-
nothing
happens at all.
First spell, complete fucking waste of time.
Nothing
Underlined
happens.
7 times.
Eventually, you open your eyes, and nothing has happened.
I'd wish to clap.
Wow. Well, I guess it's
So does that mean the
Magic.
spell failed? Or
Well,
I
so
thought-
she's done squats. Do you have a thigh gap now?
No, that was the standing one. That was not the
crouch.
crouch.
Out of a sleeve. Way. All right. Let's try the other one.
Okay, the other
Wait.
one involves you uttering a single word in that unknown language and crouching on the ground, eyes closed.
Okay.
Do you wish to do this?
Yes.
Okay, how many magic points, to a minimum of 4, do you wish to put to this?
I'll put in a prime number. Let's go with 7.
7. Okay.
Last one was prime. This one was prime. Well, how do you get magic points back? You get them back when you rest.
You regenerate them as you sleep. 24 hours, you get all your magic points back.
Oh, sweet. I have them back for tomorrow. Okay.
Basically, 24 hours, you'll have everything back.
Yay.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You feel as you crouch down, close your eyes, and say this strange word in odd language, you feel yourself being tugged.
As if by many hands.
No, as if by an overpowering force.
Violet in Bassoon.
And
Sequel.
you have a brief choice of basically what happens is you are tugged down forcefully, and momentarily for everybody else she disappears entirely. A hole in the ground opens, a hole of utter blackness, and she is just pulled straight through.
Sick.
She's gone.
Something happened. That's good.
Which room was this?
This is in the ritual room.
Which is number what on what floor?
It's on the first floor.
7?
And it is
Isn't it
number... No, it's no. No, let me have a look. Cause...
Wait, did you say that one of the spells we have was call forth the invisible one?
Yes.
Yes.
That's probably what the D sent after us, isn't it? I suppose.
The room is number 8.
Okay, so see,
That was right.
so she's just plopped down into number 6. What's that then?
Number 6.
Number 6, what?
Wasn't that the locked
Yes,
room?
she's on the first floor, and she went down through the floor, so she's in room 6 on the ground floor now.
No.
But she's in the ground
No,
floor.
John, the first floor is in the bottom floor.
So the ground
What?
floor is what you call it.
Ground floor, first floor, same thing.
But your
But
map
the-
shows a ground floor and
Then it's
a
on the
first
ground floor then. That's what I mean.
all right
Okay.
then. So-
She's on
so-
the
Because
bottom
American
floor.
Americans, Americans say first.
She's on
and we
the
say
bottom
ground,
floor.
you know. Cool.
all right.
And she is
She fell
gone.
into the basement. Oh, she's gone.
Basement? What basement?
What the wine cellar? Hustle was developing shit.
That
down
was
there. You better-
outside.
Oh.
What?
Okay,
thought-
so
That was
ground
out.
vanished.
No, that was outside.
I thought it was
And
underground.
also,
We
you're
agreed on
not in.
something
You're
on the
not
floor.
in room 6 because room 6 is locked. You're in room 10.
God damn!
We're in room 8.
Where are the stairs?
So, yeah, you disappear. Anybody who's watching needs to make me a sanity check.
That'd be me.
Yep.
And watching.
I got a
drinking
1.
outside
You got a
on the-
1. Well, you pass.
Do I get a bonus on my sanity, please?
No, you don't.
Shit.
Sanity
Okay,
on the skill.
Violet.
Yep.
For a brief moment
You can see everything.
of intense agony,
Nice.
you
Like
feel
it.
as if your body is trying to basically, like, appear. Like, briefly you feel entirely intangible.
Sick.
And then for a brief moment you try to reform in solid ground.
That seems like it would be uncomfortable.
Which is why, after a brief glimmer of a moment of intense agony, the whole violently pushes you out. You are in tremendous pain.
Don't worry, the ladies' gymnasium, they always say pain is just weakness leaving the body.
And you lose 10 points of sanity.
What's blood then?
You lose 10 points of sanity, putting you down to 53.
Yep.
I would like you to make me an idea roll, please.
Well, I think we can say it's probably going to be a success.
You never know.
24.
That is a success. You go temporarily insane.
Yes.
You start screaming loudly.
Hold, can I?
Come on, let's go catatonic.
No, you start screaming.
Can I interject?
You're not in the room.
No, but I mean, logically here, she tried to reform in the ground, yeah?
Yes.
She couldn't. Would all the empty spaces in her body?
No.
Have
I told you.
held
I told you exactly what happened.
This is a spell failure condition. You just get popped.
Okay, spell failure condition. So
you don't know that.
His mouth is not full of dirt that went with her when she came up.
No, you don't know that. I told you what happened. She got forced violently back out the hole. She's intact and she's fine, but she's screaming violently.
Oh, so
Violet is in intense pain.
Screaming violently.
You're just screaming, but you are in intense pain.
Is she screaming for Daniel, Bernie Chan?
No, she's just screaming uncontrollably.
I'm not bleeding, so that's okay.
Do I hear the screaming?
Yes.
Big lungs.
I rush into
big
the
lungs
room.
mean big
I wish
scream.
to go and find Chester, see if he knows anything to do.
I rush into the room, and
Violet is on the floor screaming.
I try to comfort her.
The hole is gone, by the way.
I try to comfort her.
Seeing as I was in the room when this
still
happened,
screaming?
I wish to...
Yep, screaming.
I slap her face as any man in the 1920s.
Yes. That
Still
guaranteed work.
Still screaming.
I take out my little flask.
You've had the elephant gun. It's the only thing that will calm her nerves.
A very, very heavy whiskey, and I start pouring it into her mouth.
You need to give her the comfort elephant gun.
That's she's just spitting it out at you and screaming. It's not. It's not.
Damn it! I thought that might work.
You're going to reach. You're going to go find Chester, and somebody else is going. The doctor has heard this, and the doctor has come over.
What, Daniel?
Yes.
Oh, he's NPC'd.
He is being NPC'd by me at the moment until he goes.
Hello, my name is Daniel.
The doctor is going to try. He's going to actually try psychoanalysis.
That seems like an unwise choice of skill.
Actually, it is not an unwise choice of skill because it works. Because he rolled exactly his skill. He has a 30% and he rolled 30.
Does he get a check from AFK then?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
He actually manages, after a brief amount of time, trying to talk to calm you down slightly. You are still kind of screaming.
That's all right.
But
I have stopped. I have, by the way, stopped pouring alcohol down her throat at this point.
And Chester is alerted to the screaming and was already on his way. And just sort of strokes his chin slightly. He's like, "Oh well."
Can we say that these are screams of pain rather than screams of distress?
They're both.
Damn it!
They're screams of pain and distress.
I like the idea of Daniel getting rolled while he's not here. It's like, yeah. So last time, you've gotten some checks on your sneak skill and buggery.
Anyway.
Yes.
So, anyway, so it takes you a good few hours, Violet, before you stop screaming.
That's fine. I'm down with that. Can I get the You can use the bitey thing, the leather strap that a surgeon would have had for you to bite on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those.
Oh, right.
To stop you from biting your own tongue.
Yeah, it's like it's just good.
So, eventually, you do stop screaming. You do calm down.
Hysteria, man.
And you are presented with the fact that you just cast that spell and that happened.
Well, that happened.
I feel like that. I feel quite good about that. That seems to be quite a coherent. I mean, assuming that what you described, actually, oh my god, it's exactly like Just William. There's a girl in that called, was it Violet? She says, "I'll scream and scream and scream till I'm thick."
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, sorry. Completely. This is beside the point.
Violet, tell us what you saw.
Does my character have any understanding of what actually happened?
Yes, you know
Okay,
perfectly
cool.
well what happened because you passed your idea roll. You know perfectly well.
Okay, good. So the potted version seems to be that I tried to materialize inside solid ground, and the ground rather seemed to dispute my judgment on this.
Yeah.
I imagine if the spell was cast above an empty space, you would go down into it. It seems like if there's no empty space there, it isn't such a great idea.
So this
Did you
was
have
the
a sense
standing
of how far she went down?
I'd imagine it would be precisely one floor.
Was this the standing or the sitting ritual?
No,
Well,
she
that might have to do with
She
how much
doesn't
magic.
actually have a. You don't actually know how far down you went.
Because that might have to do with how much magic you used.
No, these vocal cords are made of sterner stuff. I don't think you lose them just from a mere 3 hours of screaming. God no.
Did she use the standing or the?
She did both.
She did both.
The first one
other-
did absolutely nothing to
The
her
first one was
knowledge.
crappy.
So is there
Alright,
anything anyone else is doing for the rest of the day?
While this was happening, if he could wrest the fucking gem from Daniel, Hasse would like to have a look through his microscope at it.
No, you can't.
Alright.
He's not giving it to you at the moment.
What a
Does
cunt.
what was his name? Charles?
Chester.
Chester. Does Chester have like a library or something? He does, right?
He does.
I want to check if there's any like books in German.
Few. Nothing especially interesting though.
Well, no, nothing like, but still, I just want to see if there's like some book that might strike my character, and then I want to read like a bit of a German book. You know,
Yeah.
just seeing how my guy is a half German.
I hope you like. I hope you like non-fiction.
I'll just dabble with it, I guess. What is it
Okay,
about?
you're reading a book about German geography.
That's cool. I will read a book about
Did you
German
mention that he
geography.
had
Look
some,
at the pictures.
like occult times?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to have a peruse through that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing else in particular happening then.
Nope.
No, Daniel is not letting
Well,
go of the
if
German.
Daniel's not
is there
letting
any
go of
chance I
that.
can have a look in the library for information? I suppose it's probably a crap library that won't have any information.
You screamed all day, didn't you?
Yeah, you screamed for 3 hours.
Only 3 hours. Loads of, the rest of the day is open. Come on.
There is not much of the day left by the time.
But
we stop filming.
if Daniel didn't give up that fucking thing, Hasse
We
would
don't
like
let
to.
having a minor nervous breakdown stop us from living a full and active life. That's,
Anyway.
that's the family motto.
Anyway,
But if Daniel did not give up that thing, I assume my day is free. That would have
Yes.
been a 5-minute conversation. Okay. I would like to have a look at the room where she tried the ritual to see if anything happened. He doesn't really understand what the fuck happened in there.
okay. Yeah, I will.
Any-
I will reread you the description of the room. This is a very simple room without windows, with a few simple books and some expensive oils and ointments.
So nothing at all out of place.
Nope, nothing.
By the way, roughly how long does that spell take to cast?
Few seconds.
Okay, cool.
All right. Never mind then.
No, there's nothing interesting in the room at all.
Does that take me the entire day?
No.
I would like to apply my trade then. Go stuff a badger or something. And
You go and engage in your profession.
Yes.
Okay. The rest of the day pretty much goes without event. You're given the opportunity to cook food. It's not cooked for you.
Yay.
The next day, the postman arrives. The postman does in fact cycle all the way to this house.
How many times did he knock?
Once.
Oh.
And there's a letter for you,
You is a very specific, broad
Yeah,
term.
you.
Rufus. There's a letter for your character.
Thank you.
Because
Oh,
you've had letters forwarded to this place because this is where you're currently staying.
Is it post?
There's also the newspaper and other things.
What language is this letter in?
This letter is actually there's two copies of the letter. There is a copy in Swedish and a copy in English.
Damn it.
It's from one of your friends. You have some friends in England, some people that you've got to know. And this person is somebody who's actually donated in the past to the National Geographic.
That's all right.
He's a friend of yours.
It's snäll kille.
He's called Samuel Cole. And the letter reads as follows. My friend, I know that it has been a while since I last wrote to you. Forgive me my rudeness, but I write to you now in the utmost urgency and in a rare moment of clarity I have had since the horrendous events that have led to my current situation. I am imprisoned here, in the jail, awaiting my time to meet the Maker, but not even the Maker can forgive me of the sins that I have seen. I have been wrongly sentenced to death for a crime that I did not, no, could not, commit. I've seen before me a demon that tore apart an innocent man, and now I am to suffer for its wanton bloodlust. They did not listen to my account, but why should they? Only I know what I saw, and only I could prove to them my innocence, if they would give me but a chance. I implore you, please visit me. I've written the address on the back of the envelope. Together we can persuade them that I am innocent of no wrongdoing, and you can clear my name. Although my soul is forever damned, at least I shall go to the beyond at a time of my own choosing. Your friend, Samuel Cole. God have mercy on my soul.
He doesn't sound like he's going to be donating anymore.
I implore you to reconsider.
That is what it says, both in English and in Swedish.
Fucking... Okay.
And that was addressed to you.
Swed.
That's fine.
The address is on the prison is on the back.
Well, Hasse is gathering his gear and he's going to go then.
Are you going to tell anyone else that you're going?
I'm going to tell Chester. I'm renting his
You're
shit.
going to show him the letter?
He gets the English one.
He reads it and his brow furrows greatly, and he quickly musters the rest of you.
Vad fan är det här nu?
He musters the rest of you, if you heed the call.
I apparently am mustard.
Basically, he's waving this letter at you, going, "Look! Something important! Terrible!"
Okay, I read the letter. So?
Goes.
Yep, you've read it then.
Mm-hmm.
And
what?
it would seem that my poor friend here has had a friend that has run afoul of the very things that we know and fight.
Hasse perks up at the mention of foul.
Which is Swedish for...
What the taxidermist in him is
the
recognized.
taxidermist in him is getting a bit of a...
So, clearly this is a call for action that you can't ignore. And who knows, it might even be linked to what you're involved in.
Do we have to?
Hasse is scratching his head. The only thing he understands about these people is that they go into rooms, scream for 3 hours, and then just fuck around. It's just not really... And they're very fond of rocks. It's a bit weird.
So I assume you wanted to go with him then?
Well, it's probably an idea. I mean, I'll be traveling today with Daniel to take him to the village so that I can arrange some transport to London so that he can catch a train to Liverpool.
Well,
That sounds like a horrible idea.
He's going there to catch up to follow some leads on that gem that you have. It was, after all, fished up there.
What the fun? Let's go. Use your card, please.
Well, I guess we have to help this man out.
I suppose.
I mean, I think so.
You'll feel free to borrow the car.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll drive.
Oh, thanks, so Mika.
Hey.
He also hands you some money.
If you want any of that translated, do a Swedish roll.
No,
I only have German, though.
No, you'll have a 1% on everything.
I'm going to roll all the Swedish.
Okay.
Roll.
87.
No.
You have to roll
damn it.
one.
I got 79.
He provides you with money, informing you that it's just in case you need to stay in London for a few days.
Okay.
Can I? No, never mind. That's all right.
I'll happily pocket the money.
And he
I'll
warns,
happily take the keys to the car.
he warns you to be careful out there.
I promptly go back upstairs and get my shotgun.
Do you have anything that could help us?
A hearty pat on the back and a wish of good luck.
I'll take it.
Sounds
Then
like
I-
As you go
Thank
get
you,
your
Steve.
gun, he frowns at you.
He frowns at me.
No,
Oh.
but
So does
General.
Hasse. He's
you
not happy with the
do
gun.
realise this is England, right? You can't just walk around with guns everywhere, especially where you're going.
I happily conceal my gun and carry on as normal.
You for not shoot creature if creature I must preserve. You not shoot with big gun. You.
The address is in London for the prison. It's not. It's a London prison.
I sigh and place my gun away. Fine, if we're going to a prison. They won't recognise me, will I?
Do they have reason to?
No worries. No reason, just curious.
So are you heading out?
Yeah, let's go.
Right.
Yep. I pull out on the car and drive on the right side of the road.
Drive test for me, please.
I scream inside.
Drive auto for me.
98.
Is that?
That's a critical failure.
That is a massive failure. You drive on the wrong side of the road.
Yes, like
For
I
a
said,
while,
I drive out on the
until
right
you see
side
a
of the
car
road.
incoming in your direction, whereupon you very quickly swerve out of the way.
I start honking and I shout, "Is this guy fucking insane?"
I now, white-knuckled and wondering how I'm going to survive, mention that England people drive on the left.
And then
Why didn't you say that 15 miles ago?
And then you very quickly swerve.
Okay.
But you, I rolled a luck roll for that.
I love how everyone just sits in the car and goes, "Well, he's driving on the wrong side of the road,
Yeah,
but
it's
we're not
alright."
going to tell him."
Well, we didn't actually get a chance to say anything.
No, it's
I saw
because you guys didn't do a driving roll. You're like, "How does driving work?"
I saw a squirrel.
Eventually, you get to the prison.
Prison.
I will say two things. One thing about the letter, that you're only noticing as you're flicking through it again. It was written with a very shaky hand. Like the handwriting is most certainly shaky.
Can I psycho analysis it? See if there's any words that are more shaky than others.
It's not hard to tell that the little section he's writing about the monster is a little shaky.
That's a pass then.
No, you don't need to roll.
Yeah.
By the way, I would like to point out, gentlemen, that if we go into the prison, we should maybe leave our weapons, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna check us and what we have on us.
So, this prison is not a very savoury thing, by the way, when you eventually drive up to it.
You say it's a bit sweet.
I leave anything.
No, it's kind of awful.
I leave anything incriminating in the trunk of the car.
Okay.
Incriminating.
It's a dark, drab, like, building with a fence around it and guards. Eventually, I imagine you go in.
Yep.
You are indeed searched.
That's right.
Did any of you bring any guns with you?
No.
No, mine's in the car.
I brought a minigun.
That's very small.
That's a small one. Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah. It's a little toy.
Oh, you're
minigun.
crackling.
You're crackling again.
I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Kraken. Release the Kraken.
So he is gone for momentarily.
Yeah, he must.
That's
do the
okay.
reboot.
So the guard.
Did they allow my camera and my little sketchbook in?
It's a good question, actually.
Luck roll.
No, they ask you what. They ask you the
persuade.
purpose of you bringing that in.
Can I persuade with broken Swedish?
You'd be better off persuading with English.
Well, it's English then.
Yeah, just roll persuade.
Persuade. 3.
You don't have any skill in persuade, do you? Oh, you do.
I do, I have
20%.
plenty, yeah.
Well done. You pass. You it's not difficult to persuade them that you they're the tools of your trade and that you.
Since it was such a low one, could I
No.
go full hog for a hand job as well?
No, you were pass. You're basically saying that this is not you're visiting here, and then you are going to be going into the countryside, so you need your stuff with you.
If there's a man, he's going to get done in. Would like a picture for his family.
You did not say that.
Right.
Not if you're trying to persuade them. You didn't. So they let you keep that on you.
Greetings again.
Hello.
Greetings.
They let you keep that on you. So he asked your purpose of your visit.
Visiting a friend of a friend. What's his name again?
Are you going to hand them anything or tell them anything about the person?
Oh,
But-
well, shouldn't we show them the letter that we got from them?
No, that's probably dumb. Just say that we're visiting a prisoner. There should be visitation
Can
hours.
I have a name?
The prisoner or us?
Prisoner.
What was his name?
Samuel Cole.
It is Samuel Cole.
Samuele Colu.
He looks a little confused for a moment and then goes to the front desk. Hey, there's people here asking for Samuel Cole. The person on the desk looks a little worried and then quickly scurries off down a corridor.
The guard's still here, though, yeah?
Yeah, guess you better just wait here for a moment. I'm sure he'll be back. About a few minutes later, a policeman comes from that corridor and approaches you. He has a stern, serious look about him.
Van Vaduzo.
I hear. Greetings.
Nod my head.
Do you know it?
Man on the desk tells me you're here to see Samuel Cole.
Yep,
That's right.
Can I ask you how you know him?
Friend of a friend, I point towards the Swedish man. They were apparently friends and unsure apart from that.
Hasse nods, but is reluctant to speak too much unless queried
takes
directly.
The man takes off his police helmet.
Is he bald?
No.
Oh,
I'm afraid if you've come to visit him, I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you.
Is he dead?
Samuel Cole was found dead in his cell this morning.
Ah,
Can I foresee the corpse?
No. No, you can't.
Persuade.
You can try.
90. Hasse
Can I ask
works
what happened
himself
to him?
up into a rage.
Can you ask what happens? Well, he was found in his cell. He'd hung himself.
ah.
That's terrible.
It is
What did he hang himself with?
bed sheets, sir.
Why do you give them bed sheets if they can hang themselves with it?
Where did he hang
I
the
don't
bed
work
sheets?
at the prison.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
How on earth, where did he hang that bed sheets is the more important question. Those things are usually just boxes.
Fact of the matter is, we can't trace any of his relatives, nor trace down any will or assets that can be sorted. I presume you know what he was here for.
No, not specifically. No.
No?
Murder. Whom
Not
and how?
going that far?
Well, I'm afraid I cannot disclose the identity of the victim.
Okay, but how then?
What?
Well,
How was the person murdered?
with an axe.
Oh, he was an axe murderer?
Not
Did he ask him a question?
The policeman does not find that amusing.
It wasn't actually said by E-Man, but oh well.
Could it have
Well,
been
the thing is, I
accidental?
mean, we're here now, so is there anything that we can maybe inquire about? I mean, seeing how you can't raise any of his relatives, and this man right here is the only connection you have, maybe we can, I don't know, look for his belongings?
Doesn't really have many belongings to speak of, but there are a few things.
That
What
means
does he
we'll
have?
just be quicker looking through them.
He,
Hasse would like to at length explain the man's relation with the National Geographics and how he was quite well regarded as a donator, and they would like to sort his things so that the little plaque they have of his name does not get soured. They feel they owe him that, being sincere.
Well, I don't really know a huge amount about the circumstances of the murder. You'd have to bring that up with people at the station, but
Hasse nods.
the only information I have is that his current address of residence at the time, a former factory that I believe he was renovating into some apartments.
So he takes out his little notepad, ready to write down the address.
Provides you with the address.
It is written down. I've written it down. Remember it now.
He sighs. It is a sad thing, this.
Mm-hmm.
But even
Sad
I suppose even the in the he just sighs. It's all just terrible, sir. Murder.
Truly despicable.
Suppose anyone is truly capable of it, though.
Taking another's life.
This
Unimaginable.
being evidence of how I just give a bunch of fucking idiots guns and they just slaughter everybody. Yeah, we wouldn't know about that.
I cannot imagine what it must be like to take another's life.
But this guy does not know anything about who the victim was, does he?
Nope.
Okay.
He does, but he's not going to tell you.
Yeah, what kind of terrible person would blow off a policeman's arm and then shoot him in the head?
Is there anything? So are we looking at his stuff here?
Good question.
Present you with a watch,
Mm-hmm.
the address, a wallet with a small amount of money in it.
I'll take the wallet.
He's not giving you it.
I'll take the money.
He's not giving you it.
Okay.
I'll take the address.
He
you
gave
ate
you
the
the
thing.
address and he's let you look at the belongings. He's not giving it to you.
So it was a wallet and
A wallet,
a watch.
a watch, the address. That's
state-
pretty much it. Apart from
Is there anything special about the wallet or the watch?
No,
that
What state's the watch in?
works.
All right. On time.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Where
That's
did this guy commit the murder anyway?
In as far as I know, in the place he was renovating.
That's all
Where
right.
is this?
Giving you the address.
He gave us the address.
Oh, that's the address. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've been giving
So,
it
sorry, I
3
didn't know
times.
that was. Well, I didn't know that was the address of where he killed the man.
But I mean, like, where did he commit the murder rather than just?
I
address
don't entirely know.
Okay.
Nice.
Where would they have to go to talk to a dude that knows about the guy who got done in?
Like I said, the police station.
Station. Okay. Well,
So
that's
we're gonna
the.
talk to the detective who
next,
was in charge of this, I guess. The constable.
I just said we should go to the warehouse
Factory.
factory.
Like to,
Gentlemen, do you remember the last time we just went to a warehouse?
No.
well, Hassan nods.
Even do I,
and,
because I was catatonic the entire time.
All I remember is last time I went to a warehouse, I got to shoot a man in the stomach and watch his bits go flying.
Are you saying this out loud?
No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. Yes, I'm
Taking
saying-
another's life, truly unthinkable.
Hassan nods and goes, "Tack så mycket," and shakes the policeman's hand, and off his sketchbook he rips off a page and hands it to the policeman. He's been drawing him while they've spoken, and he's done a very good job. He looks very
Roll me
majestic.
an art roll.
Looks very majestic.
Roll me an art roll.
In the picture,
Roll
the
me
man
an
who
art
knows
roll.
fucking four. I'm not.
4.
Yeah,
It is very good.
It's very good. The policeman just well, while I wouldn't say it does him justice, it does him more than justice. He looks like a very
It's a very good drawing. He's quite impressed.
He's also might have gotten a little buffer, a little more useful. His mustache is not as uneven as it might have been.
So is it? Are you any of you asking anything, or are you going out of the prison at this point?
I'd say we leave now.
Yes.
Okay,
Station, please.
you're going to the station. Okay.
Husser would like to anyway, but we have one car, so he's
Well,
gonna ask.
Where's
Leica.
the driver going?
Police station.
Where did we want to go?
The station.
The station.
How's it-
Well, the police station.
Okay.
I pull out on the right side of the road and go to the police station.
I slap him in the back of the head and say, "Pay attention, you."
Oh,
stupid
right. Yeah,
idiot."
right. Okay, sorry.
You go on the left-hand side of the road, and you go to the police station.
Yes.
That's all right.
Of course, when you get to the main desk, you are asked your business.
We mentioned we're looking into. We found out recently a friend of ours apparently committed a murder. We're just trying to look into
He's not really a friend, more of an.
And he didn't actually commit the murder.
Did not actually. He
was
just
I said he was
falsely
charged with murder.
Falsely charged. Falsely charged.
I also would like to explain at length that this man was the supposed murderer is a great contributor to National Geographic, blah, 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 working him up to be a burly man of shit, and whatever happened to have a guy dead, the man was infinitely remorseful and has expressed this in a letter, and the National Geographic, through Husse, would like to sort out this, and first of all, sort out the supposed victim's family.
Right,
and,
okay.
Not,
anyone who is not... So, Violet could make a choice of a credit rating. You, Rufa, could also make a choice of a credit rating. And the rest of you also have a choice of... and everyone has a choice of making a persuade roll.
Can I roll credit rating?
Yes, you can.
Use my... What is your credit rating?
My credit rating is something
ridiculous.
like 60-something.
I have 65 persuade.
You can all roll.
I'll roll. My persuade is 17, so let's see how.
I should try and use my persuade to persuade him that I am a man from the National Geographic working together with
That would be fast talk, not persuade.
Oh, come on.
You're lying, it's fast talk.
Can I use acting? Can I use acting instead of fast talk?
Do you know what to act as?
I will act as a man who's like, I am a producer for National Geographic.
So who is rolling credit rating?
I have
my credit rating is 60 and I rolled 21.
Okay.
That's good.
You, Violet, persuade the person that clearly you're representing Samuel's interests and the position that you're in. Of course, you would like to speak to the constable.
I own Samuel and I own these people. Let's go.
Samuel and the dead dude.
Eventually, you are shown to the constable who oversaw the investigation. And he sits you down. He offers to sit you all. He gets chairs for you all and sits there. He's a balding man. He asks what your business is to know about the Samuel Cole case.
Can I natural history him?
No.
Can I natural
I don't think that's how skills work.
No, I mean, the guy's supposed to have been killed with an axe, but the letter said demon. So if Husse could somehow try to think that there might be a slight chance it was an animal attack, and he's the man qualified to take a look at the corpse.
Are you going to ask any questions of the man?
There's something along those lines, but I can do it in a broken Swedish accent that you probably wouldn't understand the most of.
When you ask him that question, which is the first question that is asked, he goes, I'm not going to beat about the bush. It was a pretty open and shut case. He was found he's found in the morning of his factory with a carpenter's axe in his hand, bloody with fresh blood.
Oh, there's my pizza. Be right back.
And the corpse of the victim next to him. Despite his protests of innocence, it's pretty obvious that he did it. He had a murder weapon, covered in blood. The victim was next to him, and police accounts when they arrived at the scene after builders came in counted that he was in a mad rage and threatening everyone around him. Some guy said he was shouting something about a moon beast or something, but obviously he was crazy. Ravings of a guilty conscience, I think.
A moon beast?
That's what he said.
Did he describe this moon beast?
I think he was too busy borderline threatening people.
What did the coroner say, Hassel would like to know?
What about the victim?
Yes.
Single slashing wound to the chest.
Oh god, I am the worst person ever. Every time I tell them, drive safe, and they always look at me and go, you too.
Well, Husse starts taking shit out of his little pack. Like, there's a badger skull, there's some bear claws and shit like that, and he just starts talking at length about fucking animal claws. How that could be that.
The man listens.
And then shows him the letter, the one in Swedish, of course, where it says demon did it. And he says this could probably be some sort of badger, some sort of thing. And he would very much like to take a look at the corpse to see if there's a possibility of this. And they would also like to have a look at the victim's family and give them some money because sad thing all the way around.
He informs you that, the coroner's already had a good look at the body, so I don't think there's a need for you to examine it. The wounds...
There's lengthy bunch of credentials about where he went to university, his degree in animals and shit like that.
Are you a qualified coroner?
I am. Acting.
Yeah, he has seen more animal bites, and
It's
like
most certainly fast talk, not acting.
Top gun. Actor.
You would have to, if you were actually pretending
I'll
to.
fast talk him. Fuck it, I'll fast talk him. I'm doing that right now. Fuck it.
Okay.
35, 69. Fuck this shit. It was just a joke. I'm not really a coroner.
God damn it.
Well, Hussett starts taking pictures out of his thing with a bunch of animals and a bunch of shit, and there's cuts and shit, and there's a picture, weirdly, of him, I was about to say constipating, but taxidermying a fucking animal, and he's like, this one eaten by bears. Now he's German, I don't know why, and he just starts talking about this animal got killed by that and that and that and that and that and that and that cut happened. Not a coroner, but he's seen animal things. And they live in London, so they probably haven't seen a lot of animal things, but he has.
Look.
Ja, ich hab's gesehen.
You're not a coroner, and I'm not going to let you see the body.
Hussett would like to get angry.
You're more than welcome to get angry if the police
an angry roll.
in the police station. You're going to get angry. What are you going to do in this anger?
He will persuade him with a rising increment of voice.
So you're going to try and intimidate him.
No, he just persuade, but angrily.
So intimidate.
No, he's just saying things he would normally say, but louder and louder because he's working himself into a rage.
Rupert, anger turns persuasion into intimidation. That's the whole
intimidation
point.
has to have some sort of threat behind it. I'm strength 7. It's not. There's not no.
Okay, roll persuade.
80.
He's very quickly tiring of you.
I take this point to stand up and say, well, thank you for your time, and we shall see you later.
Yes,
Right.
sir, we will see you later with the real coroner.
If the crime scene has been tidied up yet.
As far as I know. Yeah,
as far as you know, yes, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking piss.
He, at this point, says that he's very busy. While he thanks you for coming by, he has things to do.
I wish to thank him for his time.
When we go outside the office, Hussett would like to take 10 minutes to make a little drawing.
I think the most obvious thing is for someone to wander into the morgue. Who here has money? I have money. All right.
I have money too.
Cool. We should just go and bribe somebody in the morgue. It's the most obvious way to do
I like
this.
the way you think.
Well, okay. Guess that could work.
It's the easiest way to do it.
You're going to bribe someone in the morgue.
Yeah, but they don't give a fuck. And
Wait. Before we do all this, I have a single question.
Yes.
No.
Why is it so important for us to see his body?
So we can find out whether or not, because like the primary problem would be if this guy had written a letter saying it was a demon, and then it's a fucking axe wound to the chest. The guy did it. He's holding an axe covered. Like he could still have done it, as far as our characters know. Like
animals
we have no reason.
are the only thing House is interested in.
I see.
The other thing is, it might tell us what type of, like, possibly if a Cthulhu mythos roll to find out what type of animal it is, that type of thing.
Because I feel that we're always very, like, focused on seeing bodies, which is kind of like, I think, what most people would not do.
Well, you see, that's because we're all in the primary stages of necrophilia.
That's very true.
This is correct.
So,
anyway, House
this
has
is
made
why
a
I'm
drawing
not following
of
you,
the
assholes.
You're going to
Police in the
try
car.
and bribe your way into the morgue.
Yes.
drawing of the
I mean,
police
it's
chief
not-
with his head up his own ass, and it's pinned on the door somewhere.
I'm going to sit
the way.
in the car and wait for you.
So,
folks.
You...
Well, the thing is, it depends where it is. Is it in the hospital or is it in the police station? Because usually it's in the hospital.
It's in a hospital, yeah.
Right, well, in that case, yeah, we just go to the hospital, and go to the morgue and say we have dispensation from the police
I
chief.
walk up to the reception and ask, where's the morgue? I need to go to the morgue. I need to speak to the coroner, for I am also a coroner, and I need to speak to my colleague.
I think you should probably steal some hospital uniform things before you try that.
You are
No, I'm just visiting.
You're informed that the coroner is very busy at the moment, and wonder if you'd like to take a seat.
I shall
Okay.
take a seat. Do they have any idea how long it might take? And could they inform him that it is indeed quite important because my friends Jefferson and Jackson are here?
Okay.
They would like to talk to him.
They would like to. The receptionist would like to know a
Shit,
name.
we're in England. Doesn't matter.
We'd like to know a name to pass on.
My name is. Please tell him that Mr. Mr. Thomas Jefferson is here to talk to.
Yeah, with his friend Andrew Jackson. Yeah.
Dumb.
I'm going to see how long you guys decide to wait for. So half an hour passes and no one has come to see you.
Thomas Jefferson is not on the fucking bills in England, you dumb shit.
I know. That's why I said shit. We're in England. This won't work.
But are you continuing to wait?
No. What you do is you say, "Here's a tip from my friend Elizabeth." Wink, wink. Although this would be anachronistic at the time.
Okay, can I use acting to be like super flustered about this whole thing and act like I'm some really important man who can't wait any longer and I must see this coroner now?
You can, but what is working against you is that you introduce yourself as Thomas Jefferson.
That's fine. That's just like, it's not like there was one Thomas Jefferson once in the world and now no one else can ever be called Thomas Jefferson.
If he gets a funny look, he'd be like, "For fuck's sake, I knew my parents made a mistake when they called me
seriously,
Thomas
it's like now the
Jefferson."
coroner won't talk to me.
You can fast talk.
Why is it always fast talk with you?
It's fast talk.
It's like Kiko. It's like fast talk is lying, but acting is also lying. Only you get paid for it.
The difference
is visual
the difference is acting is visual. If you were actively standing, like you are actually pretending to be a coroner to persuade someone that you're a coroner and actually doing the duties of a coroner, that would be acting.
But I don't even. It doesn't even have to be me being a coroner. I just want to act like
you
all
are.
high and mighty.
You're currently lying in a conversation. That's fast talk.
Okay. Yes, I'm lying. I'm lying. 18.
18.
Yes.
Yes, the dream. This is just like Team America. Tap. Gap.
They go away. He gets someone to go and find the coroner.
This is so terrible, by the way. Like, you make an acting character, and it's every time I want to act, it's like, that is not actually acting.
You always try to lie to people. You actually need to. This requires a uniform. Usually.
Look on the bright side, though.
Yes.
When push comes to shove and you need to play Lady Macbeth, you have a funny to it.
Eventually,
Agent 47.
Eventually, the coroner does see you.
Now you can use your acting.
The coroner is a man in his early 40s. He looks very busy and very tired. And he looks at you, not at all knowing who you are, or why he's been summoned here.
Probably makes the most sense if... who's the person who's most likely to not be an idiot? Oh, we can't let Rufus talk because he's Swedish. That would make no sense.
Oh, my glasses.
Like, you're American, so that would be weird. I guess it would either be me or Ollie.
I'm
Ollie,
an American as well. So
are you an American?
I introduce myself as the man who brought you here, Violet, and you're like a specialist, and you need to see the body or something.
No, I mean, fucking Hassa could do the exact same thing he did to the police chief. He could just try that. It might work better on the coroner since he has some medical knowledge, and he might.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Well, I mean, you could say something like, we have an expert here from the university to look at one of the wounds on one of the bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. It wouldn't to the police chief, but to this guy.
I'll do that. I'll basically tell him, thanks for finally seeing us. This right here is Hasse Uber Soldier, and he
What?
I don't know. What's your last name? Ubers. This is Hasse Uber, and he would really like to see a very specific body, who was a contributor to National Geographic, which Mr. Hasse here is too. And I have brought him here. His English not so good, but I'm translating for him.
And then after that, I take the gentleman aside and say, it's worth noting that this concerns a matter of a good friend of mine, and I would be really very grateful to the hospital if we could have a look, and that gratitude might extend to a quite considerable sum of money for a new wing. I guess that'd be a credit rating roll.
Yes, and you're adding a bribe as well. So
that's not a bribe. That's not a bribe. It's not going to him. It's the hospital. That's very much in line with how powerful people interact with institutions.
Me a credit rating roll.
Right, let's do this.
Roll me credit rating.
Where's my dice roller? Okay. 42.
After a little bit of persuasion, you are in fact escorted to the morgue. And you are presented with the body.
Only you have been shot beforehand.
And then finally I pick up the body, hug it, and run away. Yes, my body!
You are presented with the body. You're presented with the body of the victim. The victim is identified as a man called Gerald Tomlinson.
Tomlinson.
Okay, I guess we let Hassel do his thing.
Right. Medicine roll for me, please. First.
What, medicine?
Yes, please.
Fuck. What's the
I
base
can't
on
do
that?
I can't
Do any of the rest of us have any relevant knowledge?
Well, medicine first. Medicine first.
95.
No, I don't.
You know nothing about medicine. About this.
What's the base medicine thing?
I would like you to roll me a
Is it-
natural history roll next.
Biology is
Biology.
bodies. Medicine is keeping someone who's alive.
I like.
I would.
Most biologists don't learn full anatomy. Medics learn full anatomy. Like, I did a biochemistry degree and I did very little anatomy. Whereas
So,
if you were to go to a medic, they can name the bones.
Roll me natural history now.
84. What the fuck?
Nope. Nope.
I've been put into the ideal position and I'm shitting myself.
There is.
It's like I sold you as this man from National Geographic who knows what he's talking about, and there you are
I'm
going
just
like,
looking in the
"What
bin
does this do?"
over here, sir. Oh.
Can I try Cthulhu Mythos?
Yes.
All right.
Can I try that too?
God
Yes.
damn it.
12.
I've rolled a
12.
3. I've
And
rolled a
3.
I've rolled a 3. I have a Cthulhu Mythos of 5. I can show you if you don't believe me.
No.
I would believe you.
No.
Wait.
This is.
There we go.
I can tell you that the wound is a very, very clean slashing deep wound in the chest. What your Cthulhu Mythos roll tells you is not what caused it, but the fact that this wound is far too clean to be an axe. This is very smooth, as if something that is exceptionally sharp, sharper than anything you know, sliced cleanly through and left basically no gore or any other...
Does it look rather like the wounds that the sword I have inflicts?
No, because your sword is still a sword. This is exceptionally clean. This is unnaturally clean.
All right. Is the coroner still around?
Yes.
Can I quickly ask him what he thinks caused this injury, if it looks like a conventional axe wound to him?
Yeah. Looks like a conventional axe wound.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very sharp axe.
Fair enough. That's as good an answer as any, I suppose.
An axe so sharp, it feels like you're cutting nothing at all.
So, is there anything else you want to do and have a look at this person? There are no other wounds on the body. Just that wound.
I would like to have store a picture of the. First of all, draw the man's face so we know what he looks like.
Okay, you draw the man's face.
Take a picture of the wound and draw it and measure it and use all his little tools and shit to actually get the specific dimensions.
Make me a photography roll.
Photography.
This character has photography.
69. The light's too shit in here.
You take a picture. You think it's not going to develop very well, but it will show you the wound.
Fuck it, I'm rolling taxodermy. I'm stuffing him.
No, you are
49.
not. No.
That's a success.
No.
He's going over the fucking fireplace.
No, he isn't.
Organs
Happening.
getting pulled out.
The coroner will not let you taxidermy the corpse.
Shit.
Well, I'm going to ask a couple more things to the coroner first. Was the corpse's position disturbed, or was he found where he lay? And was the corpse's face in any particular position when he was like? Did he look like he'd been particularly frightened or upset before he died?
Did he look like a bitch?
Apparently, he hadn't been disturbed from where he fell. He was where he died is where he lay when we found him. But look at the face was one of absolute terror. Although I suppose if you're being approached by a man with an axe, that's a pretty ordinary expression.
Okay.
I think he was taken by surprise.
But the injury was from the front.
Yes.
He was taken surprise by someone wielding an axe at him from the front.
Well, maybe he turned around.
Okay.
And was then taken by, and then was surprised and got hit. I'm a coroner. I'm not an investigator.
What angle is the chop at? Flatways or upright?
Directly
straight, going like vertically.
To kill him.
Okay, vertically. So
wait. This chop penetrated the chest cavity, like it went straight through the ribs.
Yes.
Are the ribs seared?
No.
Spot hidden, please.
No, it tells you it was clean.
Yeah, it's like it's been sliced by something that slices.
Arthur stands in front of the coroner, then he indicates on him where the slash is, and then he tries to do an overhead with an imaginary axe, and just sort of you can sort of see that won't make sense to hit at that point in the body with an axe from there.